Swole enormous.
The sun is shining. The birds are chirping.
Chirp, Daddy.
The bacon is sizzling.
Oh, sizzle, baby.
Welcome
Come on.
to the Daily Swole.
Pinch your fucking nips. Testing, 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 testicles, ball sack. Welcome everyone to episode 1198 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex. Ha, biceps. Thank you so much for joining me. What's going on YouTube? What's up, peeps? If you want to catch the live stream, what better place than Daily Swole Podcast on the YouTubes? And of course, we're streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and Periscope. No Instagram today. I'm tired of that shit. So make sure if you're listening, if you used to like to listen and watch on Instagram, make sure if you want the consistent streams, because they've been fucking up with the audio and the notifications, we are on the Daily Swole Podcast on YouTube. Best place to catch live. So you're here, you're in it to win it, and we're fucking going deep today. So thank you so much for joining. I know, right? We were live today. So those of you that might be just joining kind of for the first time, or maybe you're following from Alan's channel, if you don't know, now you fucking know. Obvi, we were live today on Every Damn Day Fitness on YouTube. And it wasn't a podcast per se. It was just a live stream. So it was like a little fitness roundtable. It was me, Alan, and his wife, Crystal from Damn Serenity. So we had a good time. It was a good podcast. I had a great time. If you're having issues with, just go watch on YouTube. Cartwright James. If the sound isn't syncing up, then just restart, leave, and come back in. It's probably on your end because I'm all streamed. I'm looking sexy. I'm looking good. Don't pretend like the sound's not in sync. Don't pretend like something I'm doing. You're saying I'm doing something wrong? You calling me out? James? You have a last name. You have a first name for a last name, Cartwright James. Just exit out. I'm just joking. Just exit out. And no, if it's not in sync with my mouth, just close it out. Sometimes come back in. Can you imagine what it takes behind the scenes, really? Can you imagine like really what it takes, like what's encoded, all like the actual data that's being sent through the fucking ether? It's just going through the air and it's arriving in your fucking hands on your little screen. It's so weird. Or on your TV. It's crazy that I can do this and just kind of hit, okay, I'm going to go live. I'm going to get a lot of people watching me right now. Look at my face. Look at my fucking face. Yeah. I'm just kidding, James. I'm joking. Come on. Are you a man or a woman? Cartwright James. Because a last name James could be a female. I don't know. I don't know why I asked. I don't care. Or what do you claim to be? What do you identify as? You identify as a James? I'm in Hungary. That's how they write it in Hungary. Oh, it's like, that's like the English, or is that like the English translation of your name maybe? Anyway, I don't know, whatever. The glasses are back. Yeah, you know what? Today I didn't feel like, I was like, let me not go with the glasses, because you know what? I haven't talked to, that was the first time I talked to Crystal face to face. We've been talking about doing a podcast with all three of us for a while, and it was the first time. So I'm like, let my eyes, I don't know, I didn't feel like wearing my glasses, but now I do. Oh, your surname is first. So my name would be like Swoleo Papa. They call me Swoleo Papa. Is that what I would be in Hungary? Swoleo Papa? They call me Swoleo Pop. Swoleo Papa. What's about Papa Swoleo? What's up, baby girl? Mama, hey. Wang. Pre. Hey, pups. Doesn't care. Doesn't fucking care. Oh, you're British. I feel like British people are like so imperial. They go and they live everywhere around the world. People from the UK go to like Australia. They go anywhere. It's like, oh, I'm from England. I just don't live there. Everyone like leaves and goes somewhere else. United States, we just stay here. We stay here and just poison ourselves. Poison ourselves with fatness, with bullshit. So today's episode, the title, I believe, is something about Weight Watchers. What I name it. I did this a couple seconds ago. I have no memory. Too much talking on the computer, too much podcasting, and too much audio stuff today, sitting here talking. Let's see. Weight Watchers is now trapping children. So let's actually get into this in just a few moments when people start coming in a little bit more, getting their alerts and all that shit. So we're talking about the new app from Weight Watchers. I believe it's called Kurbo. And I'll actually bring this up on the screen now. It doesn't matter what your political stance is. I'm just going to kind of break down and kind of explain for those of you that might not know what it is. If you don't know about Weight Watchers is that kind of points. They assign points to different foods. And we were talking about this earlier today, that there are no 0-point foods. A 0-point food, like you add up your points and you can only have so many points during a day. So it's supposed to teach you how to eat. And it really doesn't, because of course, Weight Watchers has their own food with X amount of points, 3 points, 6 points. There's no 0-point food unless you're drinking water. And water has different elements and minerals and, potential chemicals or things in it, right? So there's no 0-point food. I mean, if it has calories, it has points. Calories are the points. You don't need something else to classify calories. We already have, and calories is inaccurate enough. So calories, and correct me if I'm wrong, any of you that are physics and chemistry peeps, that a calorie is a unit of energy. Okay. So a calorie is how we measure energy from food. But what that really means is that the amount of energy required to raise, I believe it's 1 gram of water, 1 degree centigrade. So when you think about that, it's like, what the fuck does that mean? Well, energy, heat. Your body gives off heat. When you have a muscle contraction, you have the muscle action, you also give off heat. So energy cannot be created nor destroyed as far as we are aware. That's like one of the fundamental laws of thermodynamics. So there's no 0-calorie foods. And also, calories are not calories. So if you have 800 calories of apples and 800 calories of garbage donuts, it's going to be different. I don't care what you say, 800 calories is not the same as 800 calories from donuts. It's not, because what comprises those calories are different. The other things that maybe don't impact caloric value are in the donuts, the stabilizers, the sweeteners, the preservatives. It's completely different food. And it's crazy how people just equate, it's 800 calories, you're going to lose weight. You're going to be so fucked up with your health if you're trying to equate calories. It's a dangerous approach. It's a dangerous fundamental approach, and I don't subscribe to it. That's why I talk about the elimination diet and shit like that. So let's bring up the article just so we can discuss this a little bit more. So Weight Watchers introduced Kurbo. So Weight Watchers rebranded itself WW. And whether or not this is from CNBC, so I'm just using this for the description. It doesn't matter what you believe politically. This might as well be on Fox News or whatever. It doesn't matter. This is just, the details of it. And I'm going to give my opinion on it anyways. Doesn't matter what CNBC says. So Weight Watchers rebranded WW because they had such a good reputation being Weight Watchers. They had such a good reputation, they had to rebrand their name. No, they rebranded because people associate Weight Watchers with absolute fucking trash. And of course, as it says here, key points that WW is facing backlash over the new app. And people are afraid because it's going to promote unhealthy eating with food. So first off, drop in the comments below what you think. What do you think about the app? I just want to explain what the app actually is and what some of the problems could potentially be, and then we'll discuss it. Let me just zoom in here. So I'll read this little clip here and we'll discuss it. Weight Watchers, which calls itself WW, this week introduced a new app called Kurbo by Weight Watchers to help kids, to quote, help kids and teens ages 8 to 17 reach a healthier weight. So the first issue is the fact that we have to make sure that 8-year-olds reach a healthier weight. This happens if you're 8 years old and you're obese, or you're 10 or you're 12. This comes before the fucking app. Okay. If you're getting the app to lose weight, the problem starts long before you need the fucking app. And we'll talk about this in a second. So to help kids ages 8 to 17 reach a quote healthier weight, Weight Watchers last year acquired Kurbo, a digital health startup whose system is based on Stanford University's pediatric obesity program. Pediatric obesity. We have a fucking program for overweight babies. It's fucking stupid. Stupid that should fucking exist. Adolescents track their food in Kurbo's free app. A green, yellow, or red light grades what and how much of food they eat. They can also consult with a digital coach for a fee starting at $69 fucking dollars per month. Holy fucking shit. Swolenormous X is only like $19 a fucking month. They're charging more than 3 fucking times that I am charging, and they're just literally poisoning your kids' brains for $70 a month. You better be damned fucking certain that no child 8 to 17 is spending $70 a month. This is marketed towards fucking parents that feel guilty for their kids being overweight. This is marketing towards parental guilt. A parent doesn't necessarily want their kid to be obese. They fuck up. They don't understand how to feed their kids. So as my son has an iPhone. Let me get this app. And I feel so guilty. They guilt parents into spending money to coach. In other words, to prey on their own children. So they're out. Parents, this is an app for outsourcing parenthood. So for any parents that want to outsource parenting, you can outsource to Kurbo. You can outsource your parenting. Don't know how to parent your kid? Don't know how to give your child proper food advice? Don't worry about it. Just download this app and pay $70 a month to some fucking jabroni who maybe doesn't even speak good English. Who the fuck knows? Maybe doesn't even understand. Who knows where they are in the world? Who knows who this fucking person is? And they're going to be coaching and guiding your child. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking idiots. This is sick. Any parent that buys this for their kids is fundamentally, you should not have had a child. This is not even child abuse. This is parental neglect. This is absolute parental neglect. Okay. Quote, this is a scientifically proven way to get kids to eat healthier and move more. So we're excited to get it into as many hands as possible. You know why? Let's scroll back up. Why would you be excited to get into as many hands as possible? Oh, wait. You're going to get a lot of people converting to $69 per month. Oh, it's conveniently free. Conveniently free. I bet you all the actual help is $69 a month. So, it's a free app. Yeah, right. We're going to fuck you in the ass for $69 a month once we get you in when you realize you can't unlock all the real features. Sure. So Weight Watchers Chief Scientific Officer Gary Foster told, and Chief Scientific Officer, this is a scientific proven way to get kids to eat healthier. Oh, by cutting how much they fucking eat, by cutting the processed foods, by cutting how much garbage and how many extra calories. That's a scientifically proven way. No shit. There's nothing scientifically proven about your app. It's just common sense and basic science. Oh, less energy in, more energy out. Weight loss. You dumb fucking jabronis. Let's continue. Some Weight Watchers loyalists, aka fucking stooges, applaud the move, saying the company has transformed their lives and hope it can transform children's lives too. AKA the parents should be fucking doing that. But nutritionists worry Kurbo promotes an unhealthy relationship with food during an especially impressionable time. Yeah, your impressionable time. I love how they word it like that, especially in an impressionable time. I really do appreciate the idea, this is a quote, that parents are signing up their children in ways that are largely well-intended. This I agree. I don't think a parent is like trying to be evil by downloading this app. It's just not the fucking answer. You don't want to put a Band-Aid on something. You need to fix the fucking problem to begin with. But what we know is that the preoccupation with food and righteousness around food does not create healthy relationships with food, said Anna Sweeney, dietitian and owner of Whole Life Nutrition Counseling in Massachusetts. Whoever the fuck this is, probably just someone local. They're like, we need someone. Hey, you want to come on this? You want to talk about this for a second? Quote, it does not leave, this could be anyone. Who is Anna Sweeney? Just random person. It does not leave people feeling good or competent in eating. All right, let's go on a little bit more. When you sign up for Kurbo, you enter your name, height, weight, and gender. Gender. What if the kid wants to be identified as a chair? I hope you have chair genders. I'm just kidding. I'm trolling on that one. Easy. Calm down. Calm down, you fucking jabronis. Calm down. Easy. When you sign up for Kurbo, you enter your name, height, weight, and gender. You then choose a goal. Eat healthier, lose weight. Oh my God. I missed this the first time I looked through it. You can choose a goal. Eat healthier, lose weight, make parents happy. That's a fucking goal, to make your parents happy? Holy fucking shit. I'm sure a lot of kids are like, fuck, if I just make my parents happy, they'll get off my back about eating food. When you're a child, you should be eating to grow. You should be eating healthy food that your parents make for you. If you can't make healthy food for your fucking kids, you shouldn't be a parent. Give them away. Give them to someone who will actually give a fuck about your kids. Pull the fuck out. I think 90% of people in this world need to pull the fuck out. Jesus Christ. Next option, get stronger and fitter. Oh, when you're 8. Oh, let me get stronger and fitter. Okay. Have more energy. Boost my confidence. Yeah, if your kid has a phone, they're probably on Instagram and they're demoralizing themselves. Boost my confidence or feel better in my clothes. So you're telling 8 to 17-year-olds, hey, my goal is to feel better in my clothes. Okay, let's continue. Abby Langer, who the fuck are these people, who owns her own practice in Toronto, Canada, said she wanted to, quote, barf when she heard make parents happy. I agree with you, Abby, whoever the fuck you are. Was an option. Foster said Kurbo is meant to be a, quote, family-based approach and that parents should not single out one child. Instead, he said parents need to set the example and involve the entire family. I feel like I'm reading this and getting stupider. Does anyone else feel stupider? Don't turn off the podcast. I don't want you feeling stupider because of me. This is just some stupid fucking shit. This is absolute nonsense. Kids who are overweight know they're overweight. No, they don't. And already feel bad about it. Giving this app to a kid is like saying there's something wrong with you. Well, yeah, there's something wrong with a child. There is. All right, here we go. There is something wrong with a child. We can't stop. We got to stop pussifying shit. If you are a child and you're overweight, there is something wrong with you. You have too much body weight. You have too much body fat. Having something wrong with you doesn't mean you're a terrible person. There's something wrong with me. Yeah, you're overweight. We got to fix that. But it doesn't start with this fucking app. This app comes far after. So it's fine to be upset at this app, but this app is solving a problem that shouldn't exist in the fucking first place. Does that make sense? This shouldn't exist. This app, it's not the fact that this app is here. But what are the parents doing to make this better? What are you doing to make this better, parents? What are you doing to make this better? This app exists because parents are failing. Parents are failing. That's why this fucking exists. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Oh, here we got the goals. Oh, let me make parents happy. Let's make parents happier. Look at these fucking goals. This is fucking making me nauseous. Eat healthier, lose weight, make parents happy. Why is that there? Why is make parents happy there? Why? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Get stronger and fitter, have more energy. You think an 8-year-old knows anything about, you think an 8-year-old wants to feel better in their clothes? An 8-year-old is barely scratching. An 8-year-old doesn't even know that it has a fucking dick. Doesn't even know that you stick a dick in a pussy. That's what an 8-year-old knows. An 8-year-old hasn't even hit puberty yet. Well, I mean, maybe now they're hitting puberty because of all the toxins in the foods and shit. Have more energy. If your 8-year-old is sluggish, you should be thrown in fucking prison. If you're a parent. If your 8-year-old doesn't have like a serious issue, the parents should be literally jailed. Once you, hold on, let me zoom in and I'll read this. I'm going to read this not quite word from word. Okay. Once you select a motherfucking goal, you rank how important the fucking goal is to you on a scale of 0, not important, to 10, quote, super important, and how confident you are that you can reach your goal from 0, not confident, to super confident. Your profile page charts your body mass index, a formula based on weight and height, and BMI is a load of fucking crap. Maybe when you're a child. Maybe when you're a child it can apply. All right. You can check how many green, yellow, and red foods you've eaten. While it's not quite counting points, it's not that far from it. No shit. Foster dismisses, this is the jabroni from Weight Watchers, he dismisses the idea that Kurbo is a diet, which he defines as a program like keto or paleo that labels certain foods as bad and encourages people to avoid them. Diets, he said, lead to short-term behavior change, whereas Weight Watchers focuses on establishing healthy patterns of children pandering to their parents. And you think that if a child is forced to track this shit and their parent, and like once they get out of the house, they're going to go so far off the fucking rails. Why do you think like Catholic schoolgirls were always known as sluts? Because when you're completely fucking restricted with religion or some kind of like parental ideologies, you're going to lash out and do whatever the fuck you can to do the opposite when you leave the house. This doesn't solve any problems. Like, I mean, parent your fucking child. Linda Tucker, who are these fucking people? A food and body image coach. Okay, oh God, great. Thinks the light system is problematic because it loses nuance. Yeah, that's not the point, but okay. She understands the intention to make it simple. Kurbo's program does not require kids to track calories or fat, but they're still saying these foods are better than these foods without any context. Probably true. It's not realistic, and it's not a healthy way to teach anyone about food, especially children who should be taught by their fucking parents. Helping or hurting, blah, 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 beating off. Here's Isabel. Food tracking streak, personal best. My goal, lose weight. This poor fucking child, whoever Isabel is, my goal, lose weight. Importance 10, confidence 5. The fuck is this shit? If Kurbo wants to create healthy body image and healthy habits for teens, I'm all for that. Tucker said, the problem is when you introduce the idea of weight loss, everything becomes poison. I don't agree with that. Weight loss is important, especially when you look. All right, I'll give my opinions in a second. Not like you don't have it already. Kurbo does not rely on traditional healthcare experts. Oh, shocker. Its coaches include people with degrees in economics. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta chill for a second. Let's repeat that again. Kurbo does not rely on traditional healthcare and intelligent experts, apparently. Its coaches include people with degrees in economics, tourism management, and communications, which nutritionists balk at. I wonder why. You want a tourism? You want someone who has a degree in tourism management telling your kid how to fucking eat? This is more fucked up than I thought it was when I first started, when I was going to do this video. I'm going to have to put some nuts on chins after this. If we want to live our purpose of making wellness accessible to all and doing it outside an academic medical center, we're not going to be able to hire pediatricians, dietitians, exercise physiologists, aka people that know what the fuck they're talking about or have a better chance of it. You want someone who has a degree in economics telling your kid how to eat? This is sick. This is negligent. This is even worse. What we do well is take science and scale it. Yeah, to make money. What do you think scale is? You're scaling your fucking wallets, you sick fucks. Measure the impact to make sure we're living up to our purpose. Yeah, of making money. Stockholders jerking off and nutting in their own fucking mouths. All right, enough of that shit. So you have this app that teaches kids, supposedly, how to please their parents, how to be good children, because their parents don't want to do it and can't do it. So rather than educate the parents and start there, we are putting the responsibility on a child, on an 8-year-old. On an 8-year-old. We're putting the responsibility on a fucking 8-year-old that should be focusing on being a child and eating as much as they want, of course, with good food. An 8-year-old should not be pounding sugar. An 8-year-old, yeah, James, $70 a month. 70 fucking bucks a month. A month. We're not talking about $70 a year. We're not talking about $70 every 3 months. We're talking about $70 a month for an economist or a tourism manager to guide your child. The reason why they're doing is that they can't scale and pay these people. They can't pay an exercise physiologist or a real nutritionist enough money to buy into this shit. That's why they're going for economists, because, well, there's no business being an economist. Tourism's down. Let me go work for Weight Watchers and help fucking tell an 8-year-old how they should eat more fucking apples. I mean, it's bad enough that you have the app. And here's the thing. It's a Band-Aid. This is not going to fix a problem. When a kid leaves the house, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want. When does a child start? I mean, they go to school, but when does a child start going out by themselves? 13, 14? Maybe go to the movies. You drop them off at the movies. You pick them up later. Nowadays, when everyone's getting shot everywhere, who knows? But right, 13, 14, you kind of start, maybe 10, 11, you have sleepovers and stuff. You start going to friends' houses. I don't know what people do now. You parents can drop that in the comments below. But teenager, 13, 14, 15, you start going to the movies. You start getting your driver's permit, which is crazy at 16. It's absolutely fucking insane. But it's like that's at that kind of age. So once they start leaving the house, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to have them with this app and they go to school. They go to school and they're going to have Subway, Domino's. They're going to have pizza. They're going to have all this junk at school. They're going to have candy machines and candy bars and sodas. They'll go to a friend's house and eat whatever the fuck they want. They're going to go down the street and order a pizza and be like, oh, don't tell anyone. They're going to be hiding food. You're creating food addicts. You're going to create food addicts by restricting it when they're young. And I'm not saying allow it. I'm saying teach them good fucking habits so they come back to it. When you force a kid with an app to track, you're giving them this idea that they need to track calories and they're tracking garbage foods. Garbage foods. This isn't educating kids. When you have something that's like lose weight, there's a problem already. If you have an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 13-year-old fucking child, fucking adults are children. Adults are fucking children. They haven't grown up because adults now are children. We're children that didn't have responsibility, that have no accountability, and they grew up to adults that can't fucking parent their kids because human beings have to fuck. Human beings have to fuck. And a lot of these people should not have had kids. So you have parents that don't have responsibility, parents that don't have accountability, and now they're going to outsource parenting to these children because the parents are working 2 or 3 jobs and then they don't have time to cook at home. So, hey, let me give this fucking app and I'll pay $70 a month so someone else can parent. So a tourism manager can parent my child. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get kids that are going to eat and splurge on the food that got them fat that their parents fed them because they're too fucking lazy to parent. And they're going to sneak it. They're going to hide it. And they're going to eat under the table, literally. They're going to order food. They're going to stay out more. They're going to binge more. You're creating a whole mindfuck. This is a really bad age to fuck with that shit. We need parents that are going to parent their children or don't have them. If you're not going to cook food and teach your child the ways of the world, you do not deserve to be a parent. You're raising fucked up kids. We know that. Kids are fucked up. You can say that about every generation. Oh, kids these days. Meh, meh, meh. Well, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. In the 40s and 50s, kids were overweight. No one really talks about this. There's a great, the father of sports medicine. You can go look up books. Hans Kraus. I read all his books. This is a little while ago, but he posted a bunch of books like in World War II era, 1940s, 50s, 60s. He was saying how kids in Europe, and this is a fucking 50, 60 years ago. He's widely known as the father of sports medicine, how to like recover from sprains and injuries. He found out that he kind of discovered that athletes and people that were gymnasts and performed in the circus and stuff like that, like they recovered faster. They had ways to, when they sprained ankles, they could perform the next day or the day after because they mobilized the joints. They used to put casts in hospitals. They used to put casts on sprains. That's the worst thing for a fucking sprain is to put a cast on it because you limit it and then it's going to fuse. You're getting all the scar tissue. You'll never get full mobility again. So he learned that mobility with icing, like the spray icing, like the freeze sprays and stuff like that they use in sports now. He pioneered all that shit. So he wrote in one of his books that when he was in Europe, he noticed, in Europe, I think he's from Hans Kraus. I think he's from Germany. Well, it doesn't matter. Go look it up. He was saying how kids in Europe could run faster, jump farther, and throw a ball farther, many times farther than kids in America when he traveled. And he was talking about how people were sedentary and kids were overweight and bigger. He was saying this in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So anyone that thinks that this is a brand new thing, it's not brand new. This has been happening. We've had obesity issues in this country for 50 or 60 fucking years. It's just exploded even more because guess where those kids ended up? Those kids from the 40s, 50s, and 60s are now fat parents. They had their kids they had their kids in the 60s, 70s. So your fucking parents and kids' parents and whatever, parents and grandparents and shit like that were part of this first fat generation. The fat kids that sat and watched TV, watched the radio, didn't go outside as much. And yeah, they were still going out in the 50s and 60s and 70s, but they were much more overweight compared to the kids in Europe. And of course, now it's even worse. Now the United States, we're just the worst. We're the fucking worst. We're the absolute worst. How is this app going to stop anything? How is this app going to change anything? How is it going to change a fucking thing? How? Tell me, how is this app going to change a mother fucking cocksucking thing? It's not going to change anything. It won't. It's upsetting because it won't. It won't change a thing. If anything, and this is what will happen, Weight Watchers is going to make so much money. They are just beating off over this app. $70 a month. $70 a month. $70 a month. They're not marketing that towards kids, motherfuckers. They're not marketing $70, $69 a month. Guarantee it's their parents' card. You have to put in that information. When the kid gets the app and the kid hits the button, Mom, but I want to get this feature. Can I do that? And the parent's like, sure, son. I want to help you get healthier. Absolutely. I'll do that. Makes the parent feel better, right? You have someone else looking after their kid. They have a diet coach. They have someone that's going to help them manage their calories. I don't have to. Yeah, you got some fucking tourism manager in Bangladesh coaching your child. Yeah, invest in Weight Watchers. Invest in Weight Watchers. Stock is going up. They're getting a lot of money coming in. Because, hey, if you want to pay an exercise physiologist, or a medical doctor or someone for their time to be a coach, it's going to cost you a lot more than $69 a month. So how much do you have to pay a tourism manager? How much do you have to pay an economist? All that money in economy and being an economist. I mean, I don't fucking know, but how much are you paying them for nutrition advice? Because they don't fucking know anything. It's a babysitter that has no fucking idea. It's a babysitter that's never had kids. It's like, oh, I'm watching your kids, but I don't really know how to parent. I have no perspective. It's really bad. It was really bad. I didn't realize you had that make parents happy shit. I didn't see that part. I looked through this the first time I kind of scrolled through. I mean, this is the first I've really kind of dug into it. Dug into this app. Really bad. You don't need that, Holly. You don't need a fat acceptance children's movement. It's already there. You want to know why? Because you have candy everywhere. You have Snickers bars that are an inch off the ground at the supermarket. There's a reason why they put candy fucking ankle high. No one's bending down. We're talking about eye level to a 3-year-old. Mommy, I want this. Bright colors. All the candy's yellow, red, bright. This is all, we already have fat acceptance for children. That's the problem. Everyone's fighting for fat acceptance. We already have it. Look at the fast food everywhere. It's already everywhere. We have it everywhere. We don't need fat acceptance. It's already here. When you have a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Taco Bell, when you have candy every fucking place, everywhere, you can just feed yourself. Every fucking corner. We already have fat acceptance. No one gives a shit because everyone's making money. When you're addicted to food, food's good business. It's big business to have a restaurant. It's big business to have protein bars and shit like that because everyone's so fucking busy. I can't make food. I'm so hungry. Protein bars are just, they feed that sugar craving, artificial sweeteners to make it taste sweet. It tastes like cookies and cream. Great. You're eating just a bar of solidified horse jizz, essentially. No value. Quest bars, get the fuck out of here. Don't put that shit in your mouth. But Quest bars have 0 impact carb. Yeah, you're eating literal garbage, no matter what anyone says. Where are those growing on the fucking tree? Where do you find those in nature? You don't. Weight Watchers has bars. They got food. It's fucking brutal. Brutal. And we have too much information. You hear my voice here. Everyone's got a fucking voice. Too many people can speak. And it's a good thing and it's a terrible thing because now, first off, everyone wants a voice. Everyone wants the ability to say and freedom of speech. Cool. Now we have so much freedom and we only have 2 fucking ears and 2 eyes. So when you have 7 billion people with the ability pretty much to broadcast their opinions, now you have too much information. Now you have to pick a couple things, shut everything else out, and people are getting more and more, I'm going to make up a word, ideologized. They're just picking a team. You have to pick a team and surround yourself, and people are surrounding themselves with people that make them feel good and pat them on the back, and you're doing well, you're okay. You're beautiful the way you are. You don't have to lose weight. Just pretend like you're healthy and pretend like you're beautiful and start to believe. You say it enough to yourself, you're going to believe that you're going to believe that you're beautiful, that you're healthy. If you're around enough people that are reflecting this fucking message, if you surround yourself with this echo chamber, all of a sudden you're going to believe it. Oh, I'm healthy at any size. Again, we talked about this on Alan's on the live stream today. No one comes after either of us for debate. I don't hear anything about it. No one has any data. What are you going to debate what are you going to debate us with? What's your counterpoint? But it hurts my feelings. Fuck you and fuck your feelings. No one cares. Do you care about my feelings? Do you care if I'm happy or sad today? Do you care if I look down and I see like, oh my God, my abs aren't as lean, or I have a little bit of subcutaneous fat? Get the fuck out of here. No one gives a shit. Everyone's out for themselves, as you should be. You should be selfish. You should be pursuing your passion and doing what you enjoy and doing what you love. But you could be a good fucking person. Don't lie to people. If you're obese, okay, you're working on it. You're obese. It's not healthy, but you're obese. You're not a shitty person. I don't know where that like segmentation, it's like just because you feel bad about it, okay, that's your choice. So fucking get off your ass, eat less and move more. But it's not that simple. Is it? Is it now? Is it not that simple to get off your fucking ass, move more, eat less? But what do I do? But how do I lose weight? I don't know what to do. Eat less, move more. Eat less, move more. Eat less, move more. There you go. There's the secret, everyone. No one likes that because it's too fucking easy. Easier said than done? Okay, so fucking go for a walk. Go to the pool. If you want to lose weight, don't say you want to lose weight. Don't say you're all stressed out and people are hurting your feelings and you feel shitty if you're not doing jack shit. Take action. This is not helping. This is giving parents an out. This is trying to put a Band-Aid on the problem. This is covering up the problem. Too little, too late. If you're obese and you have issues with eating and consuming too much when you're 8 fucking years old, this app is not the answer, because this is not how the problem started. It started with the parents, or the lack thereof. Fucking lack thereof. I don't know who that is. A study about Kurbo? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that person is. Yeah, fight the urge to pig out and sit on the couch. Every time you have an urge to eat something, go for a walk instead. Go for a walk, listen to a podcast. You need to use social media to your advantage. Social media is not the devil. Social media is not bad. It's a wonderful fucking place to spread ideas and to have a strong community around you when you don't have it in your immediate presence. If you are in an area or you have people around you that don't give a fuck about being healthy, then you need to find people that do give a fuck about eating healthy. Let's see, Papa. Look at you, sexy beach. Look at you, cutie pie. Get her in there. Yeah, you good girl. Yeah. You a good girl for daddy? Yes, baby. Yeah, you're sexy. You sexy. You fine. You sexy. You fine. It's Papa Swole. It's Papa Swole. It's Papa Swole. What? It's Papa Swole. What? Yeah. What do you guys all think about this? I'm reading the comments. I mean, I don't think anyone disagrees, and it's fine if you do disagree. It's just not the answer. It's not the answer because this does not look, not having an app wasn't the cause of the problem. Oh, I gained weight because I'm 8 because I didn't have a fucking app. That's not why. That's not why you gain the weight. You're gaining the weight because your parents are feeding you fucking shitty food. When you're 8 years old, you can't purchase food. You can't make decisions. Where are you getting food as an 8-year-old? If you're alive, you're eating something from somewhere. Who's feeding it to you? You don't have a 9-year-old cooking for an 8-year-old. Maybe you do. If you have like 18 fucking kids, you're Catholic and you never heard of contraception. Maybe you have a 9-year-old, you just have too many. You're living on a fucking, like you're in like the woods in like a commune. And you're like, have like this, you just fucking have as many kids as possible. But you don't have a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old cooking for an 8-year-old. You have parents, you have adults that birth these people and don't take care of them. Go to the Rio Grande Valley. It's bad down there. It's bad everywhere. It's bad everywhere. This is not the determining factor. This is not going to make a dent in the obesity epidemic. This is not going to help anyone. If anything, it's going to fuck kids up mentally. Kids need to feel like kids need to eat. They need to grow. Honestly, children need to eat freely. I think kids need to eat to excess. Why not? You're growing. Eat as much as you need to feel full. However, if you're eating broccoli and you're eating quality meats and you're eating, other vegetables and sweet potatoes and maybe rice, maybe even some pie, like if you're gluten-free, whatever you believe, but real food, go lighter on the carbohydrates, more on the healthy fats and proteins, man, you are going to, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. If you're eating junk, yeah, you're going to gain weight. There's nothing different from parents, adults, and children in the sense that kids, you're more subject to getting fucked up psychologically. You're more subject to having something permanent that you can't reverse. If you're obese, once you hit puberty, it's going to be really hard for you to lose fucking weight. I don't know. I mean, if you're an adult and you're eating too many calories, you're going to gain weight. If you're a child, you're eating too many calories, you're going to gain weight. What science do you fucking need? What other science do you need? The laws of thermodynamics. Thank you. Thank you, science. We've known that for a while. Oh, but I'm in denial. Then be in denial. Okay, the earth is flat. You dumb shit. Let's see. Boom, boom. Kella. Why do you think the word fat is being glorified while the word obese is being demonized? Is the word fat being glorified? I don't think people like being called fat. You mean fat acceptance? I think you can say fat acceptance because it's the second word is acceptance. Obese is being, who knows? I don't know if fat's being glorified. I guess it is, right? My fat body. Taking the word back. It's like black people with the N word, take it back, take the power back. It's probably something like that psychologically. It's probably a human defense mechanism. That would be my guess. Playing pocket psychologist, but it's probably a defense mechanism, right? You're imitating the roles of your oppressors and you're using the same language that was used to oppress you. So you take the power back and you feel like you have more control over your existence or something. I don't know. You guys can drop your comments. It's just literally off the cuff from seeing that comment. But obese is, well, people don't, when you have, that's a tough question about obesity. In terms of why that's demonized. I think it's also, people try to soften the words. If you soften the words enough, this is a classic George Carlin bit. Remember PTSD, shell shock, post-traumatic stress disorder, the pussification, when you have more complicated, you add more words, the more syllables, the less it means. You guys remember that bit? If not, YouTube it. Brilliant bit. If the more syllables you have, the weaker the word. It just means less. You jumble it up so much, it has no meaning anymore. Fat's very descriptive. Boom, fat. You're fat. If you're fat, you're fucking fat. Get over it. No one's calling someone fat when they're, I guess you can. You can call someone fat when they're skinny and give them an eating disorder. But that goes far beyond you can call someone whatever. How come some people, when you call them a word, they take it inside and they fucking use it as power? And some people, when you call a skinny person fat, and they get an eating disorder. It has to do with the parenting. It has to do with the person's wiring. Everyone's different. Some people take those kinds of adversity as a strength and they use it for their momentum. And other people, they internalize it and breaks them down. It's probably genetic. It's probably how they're parented. If your parents instill confidence and autonomy and instill that confidence in you, these words don't mean anything. Remember, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. How come words, everyone's just a little bitch about them now? That's another bit from a popular comedian. Sticks and stones, they're words. Get the fuck over it. They're words. It doesn't matter what words you use. Fat, obese, horizontally challenged. If you have too much mass, ain't going to be good for you. Call it what you want. If you are too heavy and you have too much extra on your frame, it's going to fuck you in the long run. Period. End of story. I don't care. It doesn't matter if you're happy, sad. Doesn't matter if you're black, Asian, Indonesian. It doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter your color. Doesn't matter if you are 6'2" or 5'4". It doesn't matter if you have a penis. It doesn't matter if you have a vagina. It doesn't matter if you think you should have a penis. It doesn't matter if you think you should have a vagina. It doesn't mean if you want both. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter what you like, who you are, who you want to be, who you wish you were. If you're overweight, you are going to have issues at some point. Your risk is off the charts. That's it. Debate that shit. Go for it. Have fun. Go for it. Tim Steven. My aunt thought Weight Watchers was a scam. They didn't really help and stated that she wasn't following the guidelines and she lost $800. Well, she lost something. Not so much weight. She lost weight in her wallet. Bridget Hamilton, obese is a bad word, quote, bad word because it's a medical term and brings to light the actual complications related to being overweight, aka death. It's scarier. Agreed. Fat can be semantic, right? It's just thrown around. It's kind of like, oh, I feel great. Yeah, how you doing? Oh, good. It's like, fat. It's a general word. Fat's usually used, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. You're scared of the reality. People don't want to believe reality. They want to hide from it. Like, oh, if we change the name or we demonize that, we put an asterisk over it. Obesity. You're fucking obese. If you're obese, you're going to have fucking problems. Wake the fuck up. Holly, my 70-year-old grandma is getting her kidneys flushed and she can't even walk anymore. Yep, it will hit you. My dad's 70 and he's in Swolenormous X training. He's going to the gym pretty much every fucking day. My mom's going to the gym and she's 66, 67, 66 this year. It's how you treat yourself. Get the fuck out of here. Do you think obese children are a form of child abuse or neglect? Yes, both. If you have an obese child, if they don't have a genetic deformity in their gene sequence from birth, yeah, it's either both. What's the difference? Neglecting a child is a form of child abuse. Neglect, whether you intend to or not, if you're not guiding your children properly, yeah, you're not doing a good job. Parents don't want to take responsibility. No one wants to feel like, oh, I raised my children bad. So parents have like, oh, let me get this app so I feel better about myself, about my parenting. Why do you think parents get their rocks off when their kids get into a good college or like, here, look at my son. They're proud of their kids, but it's also justification or rationalization. Like, look, my son got a degree. Let me put a sticker on the back of my car. My son got a degree from XYZ school. I'm a good parent. It's an ego thing. Fucking school. My kid went to Dartmouth. My kid went to, who gives a shit? Your kid's in debt. So thanks for adding to the national debt. Your kid has a $200,000 education that's going to get them fucking nowhere. So yeah, fuck your kid for your own ego. I'm going off on everything right now. I'm fucking amped up. I'm ramped up. Too much coffee. Sick fucking gains. Leg day coming up after this. I'm off, fam. All bets are off. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. My daughter is healthy and I teach her to eat healthy and exercise. Now, isn't that... Katie, how dare you? How dare you parent your child appropriately? How dare you teach her to eat healthy and exercise? Katie, you need to download the Kurbo app immediately because your daughter is going to fall behind and not understand how the interwebs works. You need to get your daughter a tourism coach, someone who really knows the tourism industry. They know travel. They know how to book hotels and shit. They understand the impact that tourism can have on a local economy. God damn it, Katie. Get your child in that $70 a month fucking app. $69. 69. Yeah, the parent. Here's the thing. Of course, I'm trolling. I'm kidding, Katie. You're doing great. That's what happens. That's kind of like an ironic. So the app or the Weight Watchers, that app is $69 a month, right? $69 a month. Or for the coach, right? Let's see. It's not 67. Just want to double check. Yeah, $69 per month, starting at $69 a month. Isn't that ironic that 69 is probably what the parents should have done rather than having a child? It's kind of ironic. It's like, you should have 69 instead. But too bad. Now you got a kid. Buy our app, biatch. It's like a subtle jab at parenting. It's like, you wish you stuck to foreplay. This fucking podcast is lit. Tara, my ex is overweight, and just recently, back in our child's life, I have to constantly parent my ex because he buys junk food 24/7. It's ridiculous. Yup. Comes down to the parents, motherfuckers. What age can you start lifting? You can start young. Just don't go to failure and burn and do tons of volume. That's more or less a myth. If you are really young and you're causing massive trauma, you can damage the epiphyseal plates that are responsible for like growing the length of the bones. If you just do like light resistance, push-ups, run around, have kids do yoga, have them climb shit, have kids do natural shit. If you're doing forced reps with your fucking 8-year-old, no, if you get them some light weights and dumbbells or lifting with mommy and daddy, it's fucking fine. And you might want to, check with your doctor just to make sure. Yeah, but like if you're doing like, come on, 2 more, push. No, just don't do forced reps and don't do a lot of volume. Teach them good form, but with light weight. They don't need to have overload when they're 8 or 10. Maybe in like high school, they can start like lifting lighter and increase. They're fine. I started lifting in high school. It's fine. I mean, you really have to overdo it. Like kids that are doing powerlifting when they're really young, and like that's when it's really higher risk in my experience, in my opinion. Oh, 69 a month. I know. I'm telling you. They're saying you should have 69. We're going to take your money because you had a kid and you're a shitty parent. Slimming World. I think I did a video on Slimming World. I did a Driving While Gaining a while back. Is that like the UK's version of Weight Watchers? Slimming World calls fruit and veg speed food as it speeds up weight loss. Okay. I know women who think they can eat like normal, and if they put speed food on the plate, they lose weight. Magic carrots. Oh, yeah. Why do you think the fat community actually hijacked the body positivity movement? They hijack anything. Anything you can hijack, anything you can attach, fat acceptance, or healthy at every size, any way you can attach it to some other political motives, it's going to strengthen your cause because it's intersectionality. When you cross over to more subsects of groups, it protects you more. You become more marginalized. You become more a victim. So the more specific your group is, the more victimized you are, the more outcast you are from society. So a more valid point you have, and everyone's out to get you. You could play the victim card even more. It's just as humans, people just go deeper and deeper and deeper. So body positivity was for like skin, like burns and people that were missing limbs and handicapped and shit. I'm sorry, handicapable. But it's like, fuck. I mean, you took like a real thing. Like if you have burns over 70% of your body, that's a real thing. You got to be more body positive. Like you need that support because you're literally physically disfigured. If you're missing a limb, yeah, like life goes on. I don't have any of those massive issues. So it's hard to really to put myself in those positions, but life does go on. So you have to have that strong community to support you so you can move forward in your life. Like, what are you going to do? Get burns over 50% of your body, survive, and then be miserable, depressed, and fucking just lay around the house and die? Like, that's no way to live. You have to have some comeback and a support system. That's a great reason to be body positive, not because you're obese because you ate yourself that way. You don't get sympathy for doing that to yourself. Take responsibility for your actions. You got fat because you got fat. You got fat because you overate. You got fat because you overate and didn't exercise. There you go. Boom. That's why you got fat. You have a thyroid issue? Well, either it's genetic and you had it since birth, or you fucked yourself up by eating so many hormone pumped foods and artificially and lack of exercise, and you fucked up your thyroid. So now you might have to address that. But a lot of times that comes from chronically fucking it up for decades. Just magically your thyroid stopped working. Oh, I'm so unique. Chances are, because you're pounding garbage all the time, you fucked up your thyroid, or extreme dieting and restriction because you're counting calories and you're not eating healthy foods fundamentally. God, Papa, calm down. Calm down. You're welcome. I hope I nailed it. I hope I nailed it. I'm not an intersectionality expert, but fuck if I don't hear about it all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? How many of you checked out the live stream on Every Damn Day Fitness on Alan's channel earlier? We rocked on this a little bit earlier, a little bit more violently right now, but how many of you liked that little fitness roundtable? Hopefully you checked it out. If not, it's on his channel, Every Damn Day Fitness. A lot of you follow both of us, so if not, you should go follow him. What up, Jan? I'm going to call it John. I'm going to call you Jan. Oh, hello, Jan. Jan Fernandez. Jan. Why are kids wearing hoodies in the middle of summer? Looks fucking stupid. Is this a healthy at every size cover-up denial shit? Maybe. Kids are cool. Like I'm wearing a hoodie. The rappers wear a hoodie. I don't fucking know. I don't understand kids these days wearing hoodies in the summer. It's 92 degrees and kids are wearing hoodies. I don't understand this generation. Don't understand it. I wanted to watch it, but it would not load. Maybe it was right after when it was processing. Sometimes after the live cast. Because if it's an hour or an hour and a half or 2 hours, it takes YouTube a hot minute to process it and put it back on. So if you caught it or caught the link or swiped up and it was after the live cast, then YouTube might like take it off. I think they kind of take it offline for a second, process it so you can watch it later. So if you missed the live stream, there might be a little like period where it's offline because YouTube has to be like, well, all right, now we're off. We need to compress it, blah, blah, blah. And then it'll show up on the timeline. So I would check it out again. Hoodies on younger folks. I don't know. Justice. Justice Ohm. I wore a hoodie all the time as a teen. All right. So maybe it's just, I remember in middle school, this is what, when was that middle school? 13, 95, 96, something like that. I remember kids would wear like jackets and hoodies. I don't think it's anything new. It's like, yeah, kids have to stand out. They're trying to stand out. They're trying to understand that one of the reasons why this whole Weight Watchers shit, the reason why this is a real issue is also because not only kids are impressionable, but kids don't know their identity. I'm only figuring out my own personal identity these last like few years since I started Swolenormous. I realized, oh, like I found my real purpose, what I really want to do. I found my own personal voice, my internal voice. I'm coming to peace with a lot of things in my life. I'm trying to, it's a lot of me. Most of my life until I started Swolenormous was me being into fitness, having it, just doing enough to get by from school. It wasn't really interesting for me, training people and clients. It wasn't really like, I didn't have like a full blown passion. I loved training myself. I loved training myself. That's all I knew. And then I do training. I just kind of did stuff in the fitness industry because I liked fitness. So I didn't know who I was. I'm still learning. When you're 10, 12, 13, 14, you're really impressionable because you don't have your identity. So you're doing things, you're copying other things, you're copying celebrities, you're copying people at school that are cool. You're copying other people trying to, right? What they call them? Posers. You would pose people. You would try to act like someone else or act like something. God, in high school, I used to wear the skater jeans, right? The big ones that like the Jinkos and Dream pants and all that shit. I went skateboarding and did like the roller skating thing for a little bit. It didn't catch too long. You get the chains, right? With the chains with the wallet and stuff like that. I did that for a little bit. And then you kind of go through different phases. It's a phase. Kids are doing stuff you don't learn who you are until, that's why going to college and school and shit like that is so stupid when you're super young because you just don't fucking know. You don't know what you want in college. You don't know what you want to do for work. Took me like 30 plus fucking years to figure it out. So, sweet candy. I wear a hoodie because I'm cold. Well, that should be the reason, shouldn't it? Yeah, I agree. 2003 when I was in high school, just a comfort thing. It's probably just kids. They just want to like cover up and that's another thing. When you're 13, 14, girls too are like just getting tits for the first time. All of a sudden they leave middle school, 8th grade. They come back in 9th grade and they have like D's and they're like, holy shit. And that's like the age where guys are just discovering girls and girls are really fucking cunts to each other when you're 12, 13, 14. It's brutal. That time period is brutal with puberty and, freedom and you're in school and stuff like that. So all of a sudden girls have all these tits and shit. That's when girls are embarrassed for having big tits and you cover it up or you wear like 5 sports bras or something like, I've heard so many stories from girls that had like, really big, you cover it up because they're just so big and it stands out. And then people are like, hee, oh my God, look at, big tit Julie or big tit Samantha. And then all of a sudden 10 years later, everyone's trying to get fake tits and trying to have big breasts. It's like you cover it up. Oh my God, everyone's got to see my big tits. And then later on, you're like, fuck yeah, we're going out tonight, girls. Titties. So everyone just goes through different periods. I know, Jinkos, so hot back in school. Jinkos, so hot right now. So hot right now. What a phase. I was a girl wearing them. Ooh, skater chick. Where'd you grow up? Amnel inspired? Amnel. Where'd you go to school? I know, I had the chain. Jinkos. Forget what else. What other brands were there? There's, Vans. Vans is still here. Vans, Dream, Jinkos. I forget. Remember the Ruse with the huge pocket, though? I don't. Maybe if I saw them. Girls are still bitches. Yeah, they are still. Girls are still bitches till death, not just at 13. Well, guys are fucking. Everyone's assholes are assholes. Some of these things are genetic, probably. You're just a genetic asshole. Oh, but tig old bitties. Meredith, D's in freshman year. I'd cover them up to this day if I had. Yeah, chicks had those. Chicks had big old tig old bitties in high school. Noodle Daddy. I love how the title Noodle Daddy. And the comment is, I would wear 3 sports bras that were multiple sizes too small. It's extremely uncomfortable. And the name is Noodle Daddy. Think about that, though. Of course it's uncomfortable. All of a sudden you went from having like no tits to having D's. That's a lot of weight in the front of your body. And when you're a kid and you don't have good posture already and you're all of a sudden right away, it's like pregnancy. Why do women that they get pregnant, they gain a lot of weight, they have back, because like you're not trained properly, you're not doing core strength. And all of a sudden you go from 0 to like having fucking 40 pounds hanging off the front of your body or 30 pounds, whatever. Your whole body changes, your hormones are out of whack. So it's like all of a sudden you have all this front loaded weight. It's a lot of stress on the lower back. It's like it's an anterior pelvic tilt. All of a sudden you're arching your back and leaning back all the time. Your back hurts, your neck hurts, your shoulders hurt. You're still developing as a human being. I prefer tiny titties. Oh, here we go. Titty talk. For us, by us. FUBU. Lisa Nicole. My goodness. I was a triple D in middle and high school and had a breast reduction when the bullying got so bad. They signed my yearbook Silicon. That was my nickname. Oh, God. Talk about being terrorized. Sorry to hear that. Kids are fucking brutal. Kids are fucking brutal. I've heard stories like that too. Mandy Justine, I covered up because I had no tits, just ass, and that wasn't popular until just recently. But look at you. Look at you, the patience. You're sitting there like, in 20 years, I shall be victorious. I shall have a booty. I shall have a booty and you shall love it. Emo kids started fucking with yoga. I've never been so sore in my life, but also less tense. For show. All right, fam. So you could drop this in the comments. Make sure you share this with someone that maybe has kids that doesn't know about this app. Like this is something that needs to come from the parents. If you are talking about this app or looking at this app, the reason why this app is a problem is because it's after the fact. This is not going to solve an issue. This is just exposing that a problem fundamentally exists long before this app would even become remotely necessary. It has to change long before you need this app. If you are 8, 9, 10 to 17, whatever, and you are overweight that young, it's because your parents aren't guiding you properly. They're not parenting you, and that is not going to help. An app does not fix the problem. That's putting a Band-Aid on an open fucking wound. So you'll probably be hearing some more content about this. I'll probably put some nuts on chin. If you want some NOC with this shit, drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think, but I probably will because I'm still on fire from it. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for episode 1198 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. See you tomorrow for 1199. Tomorrow is the Sunday Funday Q&A-ness. Before I go, remember, hit that notification bell. If you're not yet subscribed, hit that and hit the bell because tomorrow, going live, taking all your questions tomorrow, Sunday, Fun Day, Q&A-ness. And I'll be answering as many questions as I possibly can. So see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce, McGoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.